Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Ron. Today is January 3rd, 2026. We're going to get right into it here as far as what I made tonight, how many trips. Had 9 trips, had 13 offered. Again, this is around the first of the month, so I'm in kind of a area where people get paid. Well, it's like more money in the first of the month. So 9 trips, 13 offered. First one was in it was a Mexican restaurant. Delivery was 30 minutes, 8.73 miles, and $6, $4 tips. I don't really usually take, well, 6 for 4. $6. When I say 6 for 4, I mean $6 for 4, and then that includes a $4 tip, or really a six for 8, $6 for 8 miles, almost 9. Kind of was gonna let that one go, but I took it anyway. Pardon me a minute, because I want to put on my timer here. I used to try to keep these around 10 minutes. Second one was Buffalo Wild Wings, pretty popular spot. Delivery was 48 minutes, 13 miles. It was 11:44 with a 9:44 tip. There was another one, was a canceled trip. There was a road closure, and by the time I would get around to actually getting the product and delivering it, there was like 11 items at a 7-Eleven. I just canceled it. Another one at a Tipsy Liquor. That went pretty smooth. But now it's everything before 2005 when I start scanning the. Before it was 2004. Now it's 2005 to be 21 and over. I kind of keep that as a guideline. So 8.54, and then there was a 5.64 tip. I'm telling you these because it is filled, but it kind of gives you an idea of, where I'm stopping and what places, are, you got your McDonald's and Burger Kings, and sometimes you get a variety, sometimes not. This one is a Burger King, 27 minutes, 6.48, and a $4.11 tip. I don't have the mileage on that one. In fact, I don't have the mileage on a lot of these, but next one was a Smoothie King. Delivery was 29 minutes, 10.61 was what I got paid with a 5.64 tip. There was a couple of them that the tips are still pending. It was Marco's and another McDonald's. Total for tonight was 56.07. It was a pretty standard night, but a little low for a Saturday night. Looking at a lot of the restaurants were pretty bare. More activity last night on a Friday night. 3-day total is 189. I wanted to make 200, and that would have given me, my weekly toll. I wouldn't have to go out tomorrow, and I probably might not anyway. Stay home and watch football. But decided that that was it for tonight. I've got online for 12 hours and 44 minutes with 25 trips for the 3 days. It averages out to about $15 an hour, but that's minus the gas, insurance, maintenance, and taxes. Just to refigure that out a little bit, at $189, I'm going to do a month, kind of a monthly thing. Times that by 4, it'd be $756. And then I took 20% just as a kind of a rule, and that might be high, maybe low, but that was 151, so I had a total of $605. That's without the insurance and maintenance and gas. So gas usually is about $100 for my Focus. So that's about, you know, extra $500. So was it worth it? Yeah, for me to get out there, get out and about, and you know, spend my Friday nights and Saturday nights and just be sitting home. I do miss some of the football, but you know, it's worth it to get up and see what the world's up to. I still have in my 92% satisfaction rate. My acceptance has gone up. I guess I'm taking a few more orders without realizing it. My cancellations went down. I guess they based this on 100, and so I've gelled into, you know, kicked off some of those other cancellations. So I did have one tonight, but it didn't show up. So my on-time deliveries has gone up to 87%. I'm happy with that. And just three side notes here. First one is sometimes the GPS will give you a wrong address, and they can't connect. Even though the customer will call, they say they can't correct it on their end, so they have to tell the driver, and that can sometimes, well, possibly throw you off, because if you have a double order, you stop at that one person's address, and then who knows, you know. But I just put it in my phone, Googled his address, and it worked out. He had a PIN. I put in the PIN, and then I went on to my second order, and I noticed that the time was, I had plenty of time to get there. So in case that happens to you, you know, you're on your own on that as far as deciding, but it did work out this time. And for parking, the best thing I found for parking now is I just don't back up and allow myself to hit somebody or somebody to hit me. I'm always now in a position to where I'm just driving forward. And if that means I got to walk a little bit more, you know, so be it. But, you know, those, even if you're using your mirror and your side mirrors, and sometimes you know, people are going to drive crazy and blow your horn. And so that's the main tip I want to pass on. One of the main tips to pass on to you tonight is leave yourself in a position to just drive forward. And the last one is I always put a note in there. I think I said this before. Either if I'm waiting on an order, or right when I get to the person's house and it takes me an extra 30 seconds or so, I always put in you know, I would appreciate a good rating, and then I say thank you. It doesn't take that long. And you know, if they've been waiting on an order, you know, first I tell them that, you know, you know, they're waiting like there was one tonight. But it kind of gives them incentive to you know, at least maybe not give you a bad one. But yeah, they had to wait 5 minutes on the first order, and then he had some from the pizza, and then he had some chicken wings, and that took another 5 minutes. So I emailed the customer. Most of the time they don't they don't note you back, but you know, once in a while, you know, they'll tell you, you know, of course I'll give you a good rating, or you know. So, and it's gone up a point. It's gone up a couple points. So I'm going to stick with that and see what happens. I'm going to put in some. What I do on eBay a little bit, maybe a little change of pace as far as you know, reselling. I can tell you that some of the stuff, well, that's for another video. But so I'll leave it at that. If you have any questions or comments, put them down in there. Anything that from your own experiences that you've want to add, anything that I need to make clear, let me know. And with that, I'll thank you and see you on the next video.